News now continues in West Africa, where a British multinational law firm headquartered in London and retained by ARISE IIP has identified 11 breaches on the part of the government of Sierra Leone of the lease agreement between the government of Sierra Leone and ARISE IIP for development, expansion and management of the Pepel Rail and Port. Briefing the ARISE Board of Directors in Dubai, the legal firm described the legal opinion expressed by Sierra Leone's Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Mohamed Lamin Tarawalley, as totally flawed. They argue that the Sierra Leone government failed to comply with the conflict resolution clauses and the agreement to remedy whatever problem they had with their client. At the Government of Sierra Leone press conference held in Freetown past Friday, the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Mohamed Lamin Tarawalley, said the ARISE IIP's lease agreement with the Government of Sierra Leone was mutually terminated because the condition precedent was not met by ARISE IIP. And joining me live to talk more about this is Imran Mohamed Silla, and he is the media advisor at the government's communications unit at the Ministry of Information and Civic Education in Sierra Leone. He joins me from the country's capital, Freetown. Good afternoon.
Yeah,
Glad to have you join me.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Okay, now, ARISE IIP has accused the Sierra Leone's government of breaching the contract for development, expansion and management of the Pepel Rail and Port. Can you give us an in-depth analysis of what this is all about?
Well, thank you very much. ARISE IIP have been in discussions with government for about a year and a half now with regards to investment in Sierra Leone. The government of His Excellency, the President, agreed on two possibilities. One was ARISE IIP, Railway and Port Lease Agreement, and the other was a special economic zone, for ARISE IIP in Koya, that's in the northern part of Sierra Leone. And so just to get the context clear, it is only one of the two that haven't gone to ARISE IIP for legal reasons based on the conditions set in the agreement that was signed. But then they still have the special economic zone, which I think they have the fullest support of government to pursue and bring it to fruition. And so I understand, it is the understanding of government that lawyers have or are planning to take action or have written. But then I don't want to comment because those are legal territories you do not want to get into in the full view of the public. But obviously, once we receive those letters, I'm sure government and the Attorney General's office will follow through and give an adequate response. But then the long and short of it is His Excellency the President is keen and passionate about the investment that ARISE IIP will bring to Sierra Leone in the private sector in terms of employment, in terms of opportunities, right, in terms of investment, making sure that the value-added chain is enhanced and moved on. And so, I think there's still opportunities for ARISE IIP. I mean, this rail and port has gone to King Ho. Leon Rock is the parent group based on a number of factors and what they were offering basically to the state in terms of revenue and all the rest of it. And so,
if I may, Mr.
it was
Silla,
a conscious decision. Yes.
If I may just chip in there. I mean, there are allegations that a Chinese company called Leon Rock influenced the government to scrap the agreement it had with ARISE. How true are these allegations?
I mean, the truth is the Chinese company has been around since I think 2019, right, or 2017. And therefore, they, in their initial contract, had the option of first refusal. And so I don't think it's a fair characterization of what has happened and what has unfolded. It came down to a cabinet decision, right? And cabinet had to look at both offers on the table, look at the conditions set forth for both of those agreements, who has fulfilled them, and then ultimately came to that decision. I think, look, at the end of the day, we understand that they probably feel hard done by the decision arrived at cabinet, but government has done so in the best interest of the country, of the state, making sure we're able to get the much needed revenue. Bringing someone else, the Chinese, into the spotlight, I think it's a bit unfair. It's about decisions taken by government and ultimately Our government stands by its decision, and we take full responsibility for our decisions because those decisions were economic considerations in the best interest of Sierra Leone, and that is what we have done.
Imran, what is the way forward? What is the best way to resolve, the current dispute at hand?
Well, look, I mean, I think government is not opposed to the idea for further conversations and further dialogue. ARISE IIP, like I have said, have an investment already in Koya Chiefdom, that's in the northern part of Sierra Leone. And the agreement states that they would be doing an economic zone. If they are interested in doing ports and rail in any other part of the country, I'm sure the government would not be opposed to such an idea. The decision we have taken is specifically in relation to Tonkolili district and the port and rail at Tonkolili district. I mean, in fairness to Leon Rock, owned by the Chinese, like you mentioned, they have an heavy investment in that area in excess of 100 million, right? At a point when we needed to refurbish and rekindle that area, making sure that it comes up to speed for mining activities. And that's what they have done. I mean, that place cannot and would never be used for passenger rail. I mean, it is inconceivable. The engineers will tell you that. But then, coming back to your point, I think government is not opposed in supporting ARISE IIP if they have an interest in port and rail in any other part of the country or in Korea, where they have their special economic zone. Those are discussions that government will continue to entertain and engage. And we hope that we can get to some amicable settlement. I note that the holder of ARISE IIP, his Gupta, he has sent a message on social media stating that he would continue to work in the interest of Sierra Leone, number one. Second, he considers his investment in Korea as being one that he feels more energized and energetic to pursue. And whatever those shortcomings are that they have, I'm sure the government of Sierra Leone, the respective ministries, His Excellency the President, is forever committed in having those conversations.
And that's the most we can take on this conversation. Thank you so much for your time, Imran Mohamed Silla, Media Advisor to the Government on Communications. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity.